This is a model of heart. As you know, heart is a hollow muscular organ. It has 4 chambers: right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. This is the apex, as it is a tipped over pyramid. This is the apex, this is the base, this is the inferior surface, which is the diaphragmatic surface. This is sternocostal surface related to sternum and ribs, and we have right pulmonary surface related to right lung and left pulmonary surface forming the cardiac impression on the left lung. The interior sternocostal surface is mainly formed by the right ventricle with slight contribution from the right atrium and a strip of left ventricle, while the inferior diaphragmatic surface is 1/3 of the right ventricle and 2/3 of the left ventricle, separated by posterior interventricular sulcus. And the right pulmonary surface is formed by the right atrium, while the left pulmonary surface is formed by the left ventricle. Talking about the borders, we have the right border, inferior border, left border and a superior border. So you can see right atrium, it has an opening of superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, and this is the right auricle, which is the primitive atrium. This is sinus venerum, it develops from sinus venosus. This is the sulcus terminalis between the primitive atrium and sinus venosus. Now it is the sulcus terminalis. Atria are separated from the ventricles through a sulcus which is called the coronary sulcus or atrioventricular sulcus. Coronary sulcus starts from here between the right ventricle and the auricle, ascends at the root of the great vessels below the left auricle, then passes behind, and this is all the coronary sulcus. And you can see that coronary sinus, this blue one, it lies in this coronary sulcus. So atria and ventricles are separated by this coronary sulcus, and the ventricles right and left are separated anteriorly through this anterior interventricular sulcus, in which the left anterior descending artery, branch of left coronary artery and great cardiac vein, they run. Now if you look at the inferior surface, you can see the posterior interventricular sulcus, in which the posterior interventricular artery and middle cardiac vein, they run. So they separate the right ventricle from left ventricle posteriorly and anteriorly. Talking about the internal structure of heart, starting from the right atrium, as we said that smooth part of right atrium is separated or demarcated from the right auricle through this sulcus terminalis. If we see internally, this sulcus terminalis is projected inside to form the crista terminalis. This is the crista terminalis, which separates this smooth part, which develops from sinus venosus, from this ear-shaped part, the right auricle, which has pectinate muscles in it. We have a smooth wall, which is the interatrial wall, which separates the right atrium from the left atrium. Now we can see the openings of the right atrium. Number 1 is the superior vena cava. This is the superior vena cava opening. This is inferior vena cava, and this is the inferior vena cava opening. Now you can see another opening, this one. This is the opening of coronary sinus, which drains the blood of heart muscles. This is the coronary sinus that drains into the right atrium. Fourth opening is this. The right atrium opens into the right ventricle, and this opening is the right atrioventricular orifice. This is the tricuspid valve. You can see the valves, the chordae tendineae and the papillary muscles. So another thing which you can see in the right atrium is this depression, fossa. This is called the fossa ovalis. It is the remnant of the foramen ovale. And you can also see a rudimentary valve of inferior vena cava. Right atrium opens into right ventricle. This is the cavity of right ventricle, which is crescentic, and this is the cavity of left ventricle, which is larger as compared to right ventricle, and it is more circular. So 3 types of muscles are in the right and left ventricle. Number 1 are the tuberculi cardi. The prominent ridges which you can see here, these are called the tuberculi cardi. Second ones and important ones are the papillary muscles. You can see these raised muscles which are attached only on one side to the ventricular walls. Second end is free, that is attached to these thread-like chordae tendineae, which attach them to the cusp of the valve. Tricuspid valve has 3 valves: anterior, posterior, septal. bicuspid mitral valve, it has two cusps, anterior posterior, which connect to the anterior and posterior papillary muscles through these chordae tendineae. Okay, and third type of muscle, that is the moderator band, which we cannot appreciate here, is only present in the right ventricle, that passes from anterior wall of the right ventricle to the septal wall, and this is called the moderator band, which carries the right bundle branch of the conducting system. So from the right ventricle, the blood will pass to this orifice. This is the pulmonary trunk. Smooth part is called the infundibulum, and this is the rough part, and you can see the semilunar valve, pulmonary valve. These are the three cusps of semilunar valve. There are no chordae tendineae and papillary muscles attached to these cusps. And right ventricle opens into the pulmonary trunk. From the pulmonary trunk, the blood goes to the lungs, and oxygenated blood comes to the left atrium through these 1, 2, 3, 4 pulmonary veins. From the left atrium, blood comes into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle to the aorta. And this is the interventricular septum. You can appreciate that left ventricular walls are thicker, as it has to do more work as compared to right ventricle. This is the interventricular septum dividing the right and left ventricle. This is the muscular part of interventricular system, while this is the membranous part.